retail investors on certain stocks in the US. Does it infect other parts of the market?
Look, I think you are seeing pockets of frothiness come through in other parts of the market. I mean, we saw the Bitcoin frenzy. Bitcoin peaked a month or so ago. So you are definitely seeing pockets of that. But the thing I think that's most fascinating about what you've seen with the GameStop and others that have been happening over the last few days is the unintended consequences of a combination of the transparency that came out after the GFC in terms of on the short side, much more transparency on the short side, because of course in the financial crisis it was very much the same kind of approach that the hedge funds used in order to sometimes put the other side of the trade on with some of the struggling banks. And I think it's kind of interesting that that combination of technology changing, sure, the simulation checks going through and allowing people then to trade on a retail, all that enabling with that unintended consequence, which has meant that things have happened in markets that no regulators expected. And I think probably at some moment they're going to have to respond to that. So it's really fascinating how these things come together in unexpected ways.
Do you think, Anne, that regulators will start looking at it before it snowballs into something else, or does it have potential to snowball into something else?
Well, I think if you're a regulator looking at it at the moment, if this were professional investors that were coming together in the same way to go after certain positions, you'd probably be looking and askance at it. Given that it's not that it's a bunch of individuals, it's not clear that the current regulatory framework actually works or applies in that situation. The thing that they could do very, very quickly is remove the transparency on where the big shorts are, because that seems to be the trigger. But then, of course, that takes away from that market transparency, which everybody wanted to put in place after the financial crisis. So I think there will be a lot of regulators around the world scratching their heads to figure out what actually is the right answer here. And I don't think that the right answer is that straightforward or clear. So it might just be something that people have to be more mindful about when you get those very crowded short trades. And I think you will see fewer crowded short trades.